My name is Greg Tarowski. I was in the Navy for 7 years and 3 months. My job in the military was as a P-3 Orion flight engineer. I was flying over Iraq for 8 hours. When we came back, and it was my turn to do post-flight duties, I had a ladder extending somewhere between 10 and 12 feet up. And the ladder I was on slipped out from underneath me. I fell straight back. I landed on my back on the ladder, fractured my L5 vertebrae. That happened in 2006 and led to my medical retirement in 2008. Since then, though, although I've had several jobs, I've had trouble keeping a job. I believe it's been related to my mental disabilities that I have. I always try and get through it, fight through it. So from 2008 till 2016, I remained here in Jacksonville with my daughter after getting divorced after 12 years. Felt I had the need to move back to where I was from in Michigan to be around my family.
I was in 7th grade, and it was more toward the end of the school year whenever he decided to move. My birthday's in May, and so I remember he went to go take me to go shopping for my birthday, and he sat me down in the truck and he was like, "I'm so sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to move to Michigan and be with the rest of my family, and that's gonna be the hardest decision." The first mental health crisis had begun, and I, at the time, didn't really exactly know what was going on. I just know that whenever I flew up there, I was expecting my dad to come pick me up, but my grandma ended up picking me up, and he was on the way to a graduation party, but he hadn't slept, he hadn't eaten, he was awake for however many hours, and he ended up getting found on the side of the road, just breaking down in his car. And the police at the time didn't really know how to handle his mental health. So he was basically barricading himself in the house at all times. My grandma and my aunt had called for a wellness check on him, and that did not help. The police went inside, they tackled him, they tased him inside of his house. They ended up Baker acting him. There was no way I was gonna let him stay in that house by himself any longer. At that point, it's not safe for him. He has no other family member helping him in this very moment of time. I got to have him come down here.
Then roughly around that time is when I decided, listen, I need to get back to Florida, be back near Kaylin. She's the only one that's got my back. And that was in 23. Came back, I lived with my father-in-law. My father-in-law, he passed away, he's 84. And so the house needed to be sold and I needed to move out.
I found him this apartment, and I was like, okay, we need to be able to figure something out. So come around the time that at this point he's about to get evicted, I heard from actually the apartment, they were saying that there's this group that I know that helps veterans. They're located somewhere in Orange Park. They gave me a phone number, and I was like, okay, let me call this number. I get a call back saying, "Hey, this is Jordan for Operation Barnabas. I see I missed your call." I was like, "Hi, if there's any way I can come and talk with you, I'm available right here, right now, if you're good with that." He goes, "I'm actually heading back over to the church right now. You can meet me over there." I told them how he is on the verge of getting evicted. He hasn't been able to keep a job due to his mental health. Is there any way that you guys can help me? Almost immediately, he called the apartment complex, and so rent ended up being paid, utilities were paid, and I'm like, thank God, because I don't know what we would have done. And so with Operation Barnabas, with the meetings and everything, it made him get out the house, it made him talk about what was going on, how he was feeling, and just be able to get him back on the right track. So having my dad back has meant so much to me. Having my best friend back was honestly the best thing that could happen.
Operation Barnabas has helped me to become a better person because it has increased my faith in mankind. The brotherhood and the camaraderie of Operation Barnabas helps my mind, spirit, body, and if I wouldn't have found Operation Barnabas, I'd probably have been in a lot of trouble.